Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, I'm going to describe A to Z procedure in order to create a Google quiz for the objective questions and a post which will be made for the subjective questions for our first term exams. So what we are going to do, for example, this is my Google Classroom and this is the email ID that I am using for my Google Classroom. So what I will do, in order to make our work ready, we need to prepare our work in the Google Drive. It's better approach that we should save our Google Forms or the quiz that we are preparing for the objective questions in our Google Drive. So what we will do, we will log in our Gmail ID first and we will click on this 9 square buttons which are there and we will see that the Google Drive is available over here. I will click on it, so then the Google Drive will be opened over here. We should keep in mind that the same email ID, the Gmail ID we should use that we are using for our Google Classroom. So what I am going to do, I will make one folder over here. I will click on this option new. I will click one folder with the name of, let's suppose, first term exams, so that work should be separate from the other things which are there in the drive. And in this folder I will place all the things. For example, if I have got 3 classes, I am making 3 question papers, so in that situation I will place all my things over here in this folder. When I will double click on it, I will reach inside this folder and I will see that there is no material over here available. So first we will create the quizzes and we will save it in the Google Drive. Then at the time of examination, 5 minutes before, we are going to post this in our Google Classroom. This is the thing that I am going to explain. So now I will click on new over here. You can see that some different options are there. You can create Google Docs, Google Sheets from here. I will go to the more options where I can see Google Forms. I will go there and I will take a blank form. When I will click, so keep in mind that the blank form is being created in which folder where I was. It was basically first term exams 2020 folder where I am creating this work. Okay, since first time I am opening this, so it is showing me this option. Okay, got it. I click on it. So when you will open, you will see that there are 2 portions, questions and responses. This is very important to understand. Question is basically the design area where we will design our quiz, and the responses will be the area when the students will submit their responses. So those responses will be stored, in an Excel file that we could download after the exams. So these are the 2 important portions. What we will do in the beginning, we will have to make some settings. So with this send button, you are able to see 3 things which are there. Number 1 is the setting, number 2 is the preview, and number 3 is basically the themes and the color schemes. I will go to the settings. Settings are very important while taking examination. You will see 3 options over here: journal settings, presentation settings, and quiz settings. In journal settings, we will not mark anything over here, just like a limit to 1 response or edit after submission of the quiz. We will not mark anything over here, although we can mark limit to 1 response over here, but we leave it over there. Then in the presentation, progress bar is there. If we want to bring a progress bar, we can, but we will not. Shuffle questions, we will not mark the shuffle questions. Why? Because we are going to take the name and class as well, which will be coming in the beginning. So if we'll click on it, shuffle questions, so the name and class will also be shuffled. So maybe possible your name is student name, where the student is entering the name, it is coming at number 20, so we will not click on it. Show link after submission for the another response, we will unmark this as well. Why? Because student is supposed to attempt the paper, the quiz, the MCQs paper only once. Then we will go to the quizzes option. This is very important because until you will not mark it, you won't be able to set the answer key in the MCQs. It will behave just like a simple survey form. So you won't be able to mark the MCQs answer key if you don't make it a quiz. You will have to do it true, means make this a quiz. Then release grade, just leave it immediately after submission it does not mean that student will be able to see. No, the grade means that the total marks, whatever the percentage is there, that is going to be calculated after the exam. So it will be done at the time of submission when the student will click on the submit button. Does not mean that student will be able to see the result. Now respondent can see. We should remove these marks from here. Why? Because missed questions, if they are, because we are going to write all the questions over there required yes, so we don't need to mention missed questions. Correct answers we don't want to share with the students. Okay, what are the answers that he has mentioned correct, and what are the answers which are incorrect. So we don't want to share this thing, so we are going to unmark these all things. Point values we are not going to share with the students. When we will have done this thing, we'll click on the save button. These are the essential settings. Achha ji. Now come towards the second thing, which is preview. Preview is that ki how the form will look like. When we click on the preview, right now it is looking like this now, since there is no question. So I close it. But when we will be able to accomplish it, then we will see that the preview will show you how the form will appear in front of the student. Now color schemes, you can go to the color schemes. You can take a good theme for your test. Some themes are given over here. For example, I take this theme. You can take any one of them that you consider better for your subject and insert it. You can take any color scheme as well. For example, I have taken this color scheme. We can change it according to our requirement. So this is now the form, but we haven't inserted any data. What I am going to do first, I will paste here the title. Of course, for that thing I'll go to the question paper. I will take the title from there and I will paste over here. Right now I am typing, but what you can do, you can go to your Word file and you can copy the title from there and you can paste it over here. So right now, for example, I am saying K computer science first term examination 2020. Okay, we can write the description as well. For example, if you want to say something about this, okay, attempt your paper within the due time. Definitely the students will be aware about the timing, okay, in what time he has to do this thing, and when we'll post it, we'll mention the time as well. Okay, now first post that I'm going to make over here, it will be short question, short answer. I'm asking for the full name, number one thing, and there are no marks for it. Required yes, student has to enter this thing. When I'll click on this plus button, second question again is there for the short answer for class. Of course, no mark is there for this, and required yes. Third question, I am starting from the MCQs, and of course I will take this option which is already marked multiple choice. What will I do? I will open my Word file over here. For example, I will go to my desktop where I have got one folder for the paperwork. I have got this file over here. I will open this file. So you can see that these are some sample questions that I have taken over here. For example, 1 gigabyte is equals to how many bytes. So what I am going to do, I am going to copy this stem. You will have to copy the stem first separately. First you will copy the stem, number one, and then you are going to copy the options. But in options it is preferable that we should not use A, B, C, D with the options. Why? Because in MCQs paper normally we don't use them. If you want to use, if you are taking some picture or something like that, then you can use it, and you can use A, B, C, D in the options. So I will copy all four at the time and I will paste at option 1. So these will be pasted separately. You will notice that the mathematical notations are changed over here. So if the mathematical notations are there, so what we are going to do, we are going to take in the form of picture. For example, in this question you will notice that the mathematical notations were there, some superscripts were there. So hence the superscripts have been removed. So if this is the case, so what you will do, I am going to tell this thing in the next MCQ. So what will I do in this MCQ? I will click on the answer key. I will set two things over here. Number one mark I will give for it. For example, this is the right answer. So I am going to click on this answer. Whatever the right answer is, I will click on it. There will be only one, and I will press done. So it means que I have set the answer key. This is the right answer. I have given 1 mark for it, and I have said that the required is yes. 1 mark, 1 point is visible now over here. Earlier it was 0 over here. Now it is showing you 1 mark. Okay, so now this is a question that we have done in the form of text. Now I will take another question that I am going to do in the form of images, so that we should be very much clear about it. For example, this is a question where I have got some options in the form of images, and these will be changed if I place in the same way if I place it. So mathematical notations are there, and these will be changed. So what should I do for this thing? What is the approach that I should use for this thing? What I will do, I will take a picture of it. In your start menu in Windows, when you click and you type SNIP, snip, so you will see that one snipping tool is there, Caesar like icon is there. You will click on it, you will click on it on the new, and you can take a picture. For example, the data is there in your Word file, so you will take a picture of it. Okay, you will take this picture, the picture is there, picture has been cut from there. Now you will click on the save button and you will save. For example, this is MCQs number 2, so I am saving in my paperwork on my desktop. This is MCQs, let's suppose 2, MCQs 2 picture is this, so that I can remember. Now I will go to the document where I am creating the quiz. I will take the picture from here. Okay, I will browse my system, I will go to the paperwork, and where I have done this job, I will take this MCQs. Since the mathematical notations are there, so that's why we are making this arrangement. Now we are saying that this is option A, we'll press enter. This is option B, press enter. This is option C, this is option D. Whatever the option is, for example, option C is answer. Let's suppose I am going to set the answer key. I will say that option A is answer, and I will set the marks. This is the thing that you will have to do for each MCQ, and I will click done, and I will also click required yes. Matlab, after writing the text of the MCQ, means stem and the options, you are setting 3 things, basically the answer key, the mark, and the required yes. These are the 3 things that you will have to set. I think this thing is now clear, and these number of questions are enough, and you will be able to understand. Similarly, if some pictures are there, so you can give, even some Urdu text is there, so you can copy. Urdu teachers, they better understand, those teachers who are teaching Urdu or Islamiyat, they better understand about it. Ke you can give that Urdu text, but that text should be typed in Microsoft Word. No? It should be typed in Microsoft Word. So and similarly, the options which are there, for example, these are in Urdu language, so we can copy and we can paste it accordingly. We will go to the answer key and we will set the marks. Let's suppose this is the answer, and we'll click on done, required yes. So in this way, I am going to prepare my complete question paper. Now keep in mind that untitled form is written over here. The heading that I have given over here is computer science first term examination 2020. Let's suppose I am teaching more classes, so I will also mention P3 computer science. Okay, when I will click on this title, so it will take the heading by default as its name. Fine, this thing is now I think clear. Okay, it will take it as its name. Now you can see over here that all changes are being saved in the drive automatically. Nothing is there you have to press any save button. No, all the things are being saved automatically. It will show you the total marks. Right now I have given only 3 MCQs, so it is showing me the total marks. After completion of your paper, you can check this thing how many MCQs I have given over here. If you are giving MCQ number in each MCQ in this way with the stem, it's better, fine. But if you are not, even you will be able to see that it is showing you the total marks. So if you miss in some MCQ, if you miss the marks to mention, so you will see that it is, for example, there are 20 MCQs in your paper and it is showing you 19, so you should be worried about it. Okay, some question is there where you have missed to set the mark for that particular MCQ, and you will have to go through all the MCQs. Now click on the preview. Now when you will click on the preview, this is the layout that the student will see. You will see that for each MCQ there is a static means this is required, name is required, class is required, every MCQ is required, student has to give the answer. Okay, so this is the way. Urdu text is also there, so that the Urdu teacher, Islamia, those teachers who are dealing with the Urdu language, they are able to see. So when the student, for example, if the student is entering any data, if he miss anything, so when the static is there, so the student won't be able to leave it blank. Student will have to mark it and then he will click on the submit button. When he will click on the submit button, so immediately the response will reach in your this option in the responses. Let me show you one example over here. For example, if I write my name is, let's suppose, Ali. It is a demo class, and demo class that I have created over here. I am giving you just example. I mark this correct answer and I mark this incorrect answer, and then I take, for example, this marks this option over here and I click submit button. Okay, your response has been recorded. Acha. Now you will go to this option, then you will see that the response is there, one is being shown over here. So when the student will submit, immediately you will be able to see, okay, that basically one student has attempted this question, and what are basically the answers, summary is being shown over here. If you want to see the individual responses, you can go there and you can see over there. Right now only one response is there, so when multiple students will do, so you will be able to see what is the answer written by whom, and you will be able to analyze all these things over here. And when you will have the complete responses from all the recipients, from all the students, so what you can do, you can download responses. You can go to it and you can download responses. For example, right now there is only one, but when we'll have multiple, we will have to download it right after the exam. We can download it to see the results. When we'll click on the download responses, so it will give you basically one file over here, which is right now in the form of a zip file. Okay, so this is the file that I can see in my downloads. I'll go to the downloads. Right now this is the file. I'll click on it and I can extract it over here, and then I can see this thing. Okay, what are basically the results by different students, and this is the file which has been extracted. When I'll open it, it will be opened in my Microsoft Excel, because basically the file type is Google Sheets, no? So when we download it, so in our desktop application it is opened with the Microsoft Excel. Now you can see that this is the name of the student, full name, and then afterwards you can see all these things are there, but some other data will also be there in this file. So you will have to see that the total marks will also be visible over here, that basically these are the total marks. Since the correct answers were less, so what he has got, total score what he has got. First three columns are important for us. Okay, at what time he submitted, definitely, and then what is the score out of, right now I have got only 3 questions. It is showing 1 out of 3. These are the marks that the student Ali has got. So these are the marks, and this is basically the name of the student. So in the same way we will have multiple lines over here where we can see that these are the students who have given our responses over here, because in order to make the final result we will have to add the MCQs marks with the marks which are in the subjective paper. Okay, so now this is basically about the options which are there in order to prepare an MCQ paper. Acha, where this paper is being stored, now this is a very important thing. We need to see that we had made a folder, remember? If I close it, you know that in your drive you have created this folder with the name of first term exams and this is there in your folder. So at the day of exam, what you will do, you will log in your Gmail ID at the day of exam. For example, now today is the exam day. I have prepared my question paper and I have checked it is complete regarding all aspects. And now what I am going to do, I will go to my Gmail drive. I will go to, from the Gmail I will go to my drive. I will go to that folder where I have got my work for different classes. N number of classes could be there, so n number of question papers will be there with their names. So let's suppose today it is the paper of P3 and I will click on it. This is the paper. Okay, this is the paper. What I will do, I will click on the preview. I will click on the preview. In preview, when I will click on it, keep in mind I am talking about preview. When I clicked on this preview, this I button, then the form will be opened. This is the address that I have to share. This is the address that I can copy. Keep in mind I am not talking about this address where the design view is there, otherwise it will be a great mistake. When we'll click on the preview and then preview may, this is the paper that the student will get. We will take this address and then we will go to our Google Classroom. This is the class where I am going to take the exam. I will go there. Of course, I will make a new post over there in the form of quiz assignment or assignment, whatever you want to do. Quiz assignment is taken when you are directly preparing the quiz, but over here in this case we have already made one quiz and that we want to give, so you can take any one of them. But in quiz assignment, and a file already will be given over there that we will have to remove, otherwise we can go to assignment. And over here what I am going to do, I am going to click on the add and add link. Over here I will paste my link and I will click add link. Definitely I will, this is the work that I will do 5 or 10 minutes, 5 minutes before the exam. P3 computer science paper 1 means we are talking about objective paper, no? Objective paper on MCQs. There would be true false as well, MCQs as well. So these are the things that we are going to do. Okay, here if you want to write some instructions, so we can, please attempt the paper within the due time. The paper within the due time and submit. Okay, so these are the instructions that you will mention. Marks, if you mention over here, fine, but if you want, doesn't matter, because marks will be calculated according to the quiz that we have prepared. Whatever the total marks are there, it will be calculated accordingly. And over here if I am giving the marks, let's suppose 35 marks are there for my MCQ, the due date and time, whatever the due date is, let's suppose, for example, just giving example, it is on 23rd of September, let's suppose. And what is the time that we want to give? So we'll mention, let's suppose it is being started at 1 p.m. and 35 questions are there and I want to give 40 minutes to students. So I will write 1:40 p.m. so that it will show it accordingly. 1:40 p.m. is the maximum time, the final time at which the student should submit. Otherwise the student will not be able to submit it. So this is the task that we are doing right before 5 minutes of the exam, where we will give this link that we have already prepared in our Google Drive, the link that we will take from the preview of the paper, and then we will attach it in our Google Classroom over here. And when I will click on the assign button, so then the students will be able to see. Acha, one problem may occur that students have logged on already and they will say that there is no paper. But when you will upload, you will say that you will have to refresh, you will have to press F5, then you will be able to see, because may be possible that students have logged on it first 10 minutes before or for 15 minutes before, and the teacher is giving the paper 5 minutes before, so then it will not be visible until the student presses F5 button or refresh button. So this is the task that the student has got in his Google Classroom, and of course it will expire by this time, so student need to be very much careful about it. We need to clarify this thing to the students. So I think this all thing is now complete. One thing was there, that when a student is submitting, I think one option was coming. Let me check that thing. Okay, when we are attempting the assignment, let's suppose, so whether the student is able to see the result. Acha, full name is not there. Ali, class P3. Acha, check accuracy is basically this option where the student is basically watching his work, what he has submitted. So there would be some option in the settings for this purpose as well. Fine, the student cannot edit because we have not marked edit after submit. We have not marked, but the student has submitted the responses. Okay, fine. So this is basically all about the process of how we will give the paper 1. Now how we are going to give the paper 2. This is the thing that we need to understand. When the paper 1 is accomplished, of course what we are going to do, we are going to upload the paper 2 as well, and we will make another assignment over here, and we will give the question paper, we will attach the question paper. It is just like a simple assignment that we will give. And for example, the remaining marks which are there for in my paper, there are 15 marks, so I will give 15 marks, and I will see that what is the time required to complete this. For example, MCQ is being over at 140. So according to as the instructions have been given to us, 1 mark for 1 minute for 1 mark, so we will do it, and you can also confirm it from the concerned supervisor about the time. So let's suppose if this paper is there on 23rd and we are mentioning the time k, let's suppose after calculation I have come to know, let's suppose k, this is 2:30 p.m. for example. So this is the time by which the student should submit. Now I will mention accordingly the paper 2. Okay, this is P3 computer science paper 2, first term exams 2020. Okay, similarly I will mention some important instructions. For example, okay, write your answers on paper according to the instructions already shared with you, or only according to the instructions. Submit pictures of the written work in your Google Classroom. We will also mention that write your name, class and date on each page that you are sending as your answer sheet. And of course we will upload the question paper from here. Whatever the question paper is there for paper 2, we are going to upload that file from here. So that particular file, for example, I am just giving one example. Okay, this is my question paper. So that particular file will be over there, having the question papers, having the questions which are basically the short questions or long questions whatever are there. So these are the questions for which the students will write the answers on paper, and then he will submit the pictures of that. Those who have been already taking these all things on in the form of assignments, so the students are well aware about it. They are already well aware about it, how to submit in the form of pictures. So in this way, when I'll click on the assign button, so this thing will be posted for the students, and the students will be able to see. Definitely we will do it after the objective, 5 minutes before the time of start of the subjective question we will do it, and then the student will be able to see this, that this is basically the paper 2 work that he has to do, and he has to submit the written work. So I think up to here these all things are clear. One more thing is there, how the work will be visible to the teacher and when he will be marking. So in this case, just like we have understood how the result will be submitted in case of MCQs, so how the result will be there that you will see in your paper 2, and how you are going to mark for the paper 2. So I can show you this in another classroom that I have got, just like when I give assignments, so how the assignments are received and how we will be marking these all things. So I can share with you. Definitely you will receive in your class all the material that the student will upload. He will upload, of course, in this way, and you will be able to see here when you will click on it how it will be visible. That is the thing that I want to show over here. Okay, let's suppose this is one of my classes where the students have submitted their one of their assignments. That was basically a written assignment. So how the assignments will be submitted in this way. For paper 2 you will see this environment. When you will click on the view assignment, you will go and you will see that there are total 45 students, let's suppose, in the class. Sometimes the students join with their fathers and mothers email addresses, so the number of students is very high. So this is the thing that we have already announced, they will join only with one email ID with their personal name, not their siblings or their parents name, or not any nickname even. So what is there, 14 students have submitted this work to me. What I will do, for example, this is a student, I will go to it and I will click on it. Over here right now only one paper is there. Definitely in first term exam there would be multiple papers on which the students will be submitting their work. So we will see, for example, right now this is of 5 marks. I will see and I will click on this button to view this by pressing the plus sign. I can zoom, I will read it, of course, and when I will read it in this way, you know that if the paper 2 is of, let's suppose, 15 marks, and for each question there are 3 marks, let's suppose. So you will have to note down on the paper what are the marks that you are giving, and then those total marks out of 15 you will put over here. Right now this assignment is of 5 marks that I had given in this class. So whatever the marks that I am giving over here, I will write, but I will not return. This is very important thing that has been communicated to us, because if I will return, so the students will be able to see the results. So it is saved in the draft, you can see over here. Okay, so it will be saved in the draft, and I will just close it. Now you will see that the marks are there for this particular student, Aisha Wasim, and these are there in the draft, but I have not returned. If I return, so this will come in the return option. Right now it is coming, you will see there are portions, no? One portion is there where the students have not attempted, so this is the missing portion. One portion is there where you have got the students who have submitted their work, but when you will return, so there would be a third portion which will show you these are the students, just like I have checked my assignment and returned to these students, Maida and Dua. So they are able to see right now my numbers that I have given them. No? So but we will not do this in first term until we are asked to do so. So what we will do, we will just click on the student name, we will go to the student, we will see the work, just like there are 2 papers or 3 papers, we will click on it. If there are multiple papers, you will see that it is showing you these multiple papers, PDF or images, whatever the student has submitted. Just like this is the work that the student has submitted, I will go through it, I will note down its number, I will note down next page numbers, I will total it, I will make it a sum, and then I will put it over here. Okay, these are the marks, but I will not click on the return button because I will just save it in my drafts. So this is all about the checking of the paper 2 that we will be doing, inshallah. So I hope these all things are now clear from A to Z, how we will make the paper, how we will convert the MCQs paper in the form of a paper which will be a quiz. This is the thing that will be covered, that has been already covered, and then how that quiz we will share with our students in the form of an assignment, which will be assignment for paper 1 or section 1, and then how we are going to share the section 2 of the paper, which is subjective, and when the students will submit, how we are going to see the responses in the objective paper, and how we are going to see the responses in the subjective paper, and how we are going to mark them. These are the things, because at the end we will have to make the final result as well. The marks which are there in the objective, in the MCQs, and the marks that the student has got in the subjective paper, we will have to add these marks. So this is very important thing that we should know. I hope these all things are clear. Thank you so much. If you've got any query, my cell number is available on the WhatsApp. You can text me or you can send a voice message, and to the best of my knowledge I will guide if you face any problem. I'm here to help you, particularly for the P1, P2, P2 and P3 teachers, and otherwise for all the teachers, whoever is there who wants to take any sort of help in this regard. Thank you so much, all of you.